Hey Rob, okay, so this is in response to your question about what would happen here in Texas if someone came into your place unannounced. Okay, for background, since they don't do direct responses anymore to videos on YouTube, Rob, or I'll link it to here. Anyway, in England, there are like boiler people who come every 12 months to check on, I guess, your boiler status to make sure everything's up to code. I don't know. People come into your place and they check your boiler. In his case, his is in his kitchen, and they should give you a 24-hour notice, but they don't always do that. So they'll just let themselves in. And in the case of Rob, he happened to be like in the shower, and then suddenly there's a man in his apartment. And so they exchange words, and then he tells the guy to leave and come back at some other date. But usually in England, people just accept it as how things are, even though technically they have every right to throw the person out and tell him to come back later. So that's what happened. So he asked me what would happen if this sort of thing happened in the US, and most specifically in Texas. Okay, so like if I remember correctly, Texas law, if anyone breaks into your home, your car, or your place of work, then you have the right by law to use deadly force against them. And then on the same token, like if someone tries to remove you from your home, from your car, or from your place of work, like forcefully, then you can also use deadly force. And like, it's not like if your boss tries to throw you out of work. It's like if someone comes in and they try to take you, like kidnap you, you can use deadly force. And then for theft during the day, you cannot use deadly force if someone like steals your purse and runs off. But if it's nighttime and someone steals your purse and runs off, you can use deadly force in that case. But for any sort of like robbery or burglary, then you can. But in cases like that, you better kill the person, because if you just like hurt them or something, then if they get a really good lawyer, they could sue you because they got hurt on your premises. And also, if someone like steals something from you on the street, like if it's a theft and it's during the day and you have a good lawyer, you may be able to get away with it, but your mileage may vary on that, because not too long ago someone stole like a chip jar. Someone stole a tip jar from one of those food trucks. I think it was in Houston, and like the owner shot the guy in the back and he got away with it. You know, he was able to, I think he killed him. And you know, he got off, gosh, I don't even think he really got a warning. He just got off completely. So your mileage may vary with that. But yeah, there's no telling really. But if that happened in Texas, I'd be surprised if that person would last even a week in their job, because someone would shoot them at some point in time. And usually when people shoot you, they want to actually kill you, especially if you're in their house, because then that way you can't sue them. Like a dead person can't sue you. Maybe their family can, I don't know, but the dead person can't sue you. However, if the person has a key that isn't breaking in, so I think you would have to actually like use the deadbolt, then they would be breaking in. So I don't know, there could be a lot of gray area in there. So I don't know if it counts as a break-in if they have a key. That can be tricky. Who knows? But yeah, they would get shot. They would get shot at some point in time, because not everyone in Texas has a gun, but a lot of people in Texas have guns. And not everyone even wants to use their gun. But there are a whole lot of people who are just looking for an excuse to use their gun. And like, there's a big movement now for like that whole thing. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, the guy would get shot. Inevitably, he would get shot by someone. So there is your answer. And here, yeah, I keep my door locked here simply because that's the only way to keep the door closed. So I keep my door locked here. Even though there's like no crime. Oh, wait. No, we did have a murder. We had a murder here a couple of weeks ago. It was our first murder of 2015. I think it's the first murder in like a while. But it was a little town, and summer's coming up. That's the only reason why. But yeah, so we had a murder. It's unsolved. Probably never be solved. But yeah, small town life. I have to get ready to prepare for this flood that's coming. It's been flooding here. So hopefully my electricity will stay on just long enough to upload this. I will see you next time. Bye. The guy would get shot. Bye.